As for my final preview of a round-robin tournament, it's the Noah N-1 Victory 2020, as we have 12 wrestlers competing, 6 per block. We will run down Block A first, as Block A consists of Go Shiozaki, the current GHC Heavyweight Champion, Kaito Kiyomiya, the only person in Block A who's ever won a Noah round-robin tournament, the previous champion as he lost to Go Shiozaki back in January 4th show at the New Sunrise show, as Masa Kitamiya, which is his 6th appearance in a round-robin tournament for Noah. He was a 2016 finalist, as Manabu Soya, who is making his first appearance in a Noah round-robin tournament, a former Wrestle 1 alumni, as he's jumped to Noah after the closure of Wrestle 1, as Masasaki Machizuki of Dragon Gate affiliate. He joined the Alliance this year. Machizuki was a part of the N-1 Victory last year, so he comes back for this second time around. Obviously, you know, with the, not really Dragon Gate affiliate, but him joining the Alliance really kind of solidified kind of his spot, at least, being a part of some type of round-robin tournament this year. And then Kazushi Sakuraba as the Gracie Hunter, making his first appearance in a round-robin tournament for Noah. What a huge fucking spot that is for Sakuraba. That's awesome. That seeing his name on the list of guys that were when the participants were revealed, that big pop for me. That was awesome to see. As for Block A, you know, it is the lesser of the two. There's a lot of new guys. There's a lot of guys, you know, kind of, you know, first appearance guys. Really, the biggest names, obviously, Go Shiozaki and Kaito Kiyomiya. As for who's going to win this Block A, you know, really is, I don't think it's going to be Go. I think Go Shiozaki. If I'm sure they'll have Kaito beat him and then some type of upset, whether it be Machizuki or even Sakuraba. I think Sakuraba's going to play the spoiler for somebody, rather it be, you know, he does face Kaito Kiyomiya, not at the last show, but the show before that for Block A. So that could be a nice spoiler for him. You know, I just feel like Sakuraba, he's going to be in there for the spoiler role. Manabu Soya, he's probably going to be the lowest guy in the round robin, as far as his spot. You know, Wrestle 1 affiliate guy is his first ever time in a round robin tournament. In this block, you know, there's some bigger kind of names in there. It's like I don't see him like going farther than really. You know, Masa Kiyomiya, Masaki Machizuki, and then Kaito Kiyomiya, and obviously Go Shiozaki. That's just kind of those 4 names right there are definitely going to be ahead of him. And then him and Sakuraba, they might tie in points, but Sakuraba will probably have 2 wins. Well, Manabu Soya might just have 1, and he might just, you know, only beat Sakuraba or somebody. Who knows? But that's just kind of out of my pick to win this. I don't think Kaito Kiyomiya is going to win. He doesn't need to be the winner of, you know, he's not going to be involved in this. You know, it's his 3rd ever round-robin tournament, which, you know, he won his first ever one. But here, in this spot for Noah, you don't really need to do him and Go again. I think it's kind of unnecessary if he does end up winning this. There's a clear story, and we'll talk about that story once we get to Block B, but I just don't see him winning. So it's really about who's going from Block B, who's ever gonna face off against him before he goes on to win the whole thing. Might as well give it to Masa Kiyomiya. You know, it's his 6th appearance in a round-robin tournament. He's a 2016 finalist. He could have a good match with, you know, go on a bit of a run and go on to win it. Don't need a sacrifice Go. I mean, you could have Kaito go on to win Block A. I personally wouldn't go that route. But, you know, it's all up to the powers that be on that one. But as far as, you know, that Block A, there's a couple of matches I'm looking forward to seeing. You know, Go and Machizuki, you know, Kaito Kiyomiya and Machizuki, Sakuraba and Go, Sakuraba and Kaito. You know, Masa Kiyomiya and Manabu Soya, I think that'd be a fun, that's going to be 2 beefy boys going at it. They're going to beat the fuck out of each other. You know, there's just the veterans, you know, like Sakuraba and Machizuki, they're 50-year-old men. and they'll be wrestling as Masa Kitamiya at 20. You know, that's the thing with fucking Kaito Kiyomiya. They had him lose to fucking Kaiji Muto, which God bless Kaiji Muto. The Great Muto, obviously, like Mount Rushmore all-timer. But at 50-some goddamn years old, that's not the guy to lose to fucking... That is just not it. That is not the play. That is not how you should have went about that with Kaito Kiyomiya, having him lose to Kaiji Muto. That's just not... That wasn't the play. So, and that was not even, like, that long ago. I feel like that was during the... It was definitely during COVID, but I want to feel like that was maybe June, July-ish, maybe. I could be wrong on that. The time frame is all fuckered up. For me, it feels like on Pro Wrestling Noah. Like, it doesn't even... Like, it... Thinking about Go and Kaito for the belt, that did not feel like that was on January 4th. That felt like that happened, like, in, like, March or April, like, during, like, the early stages of COVID. But now that happened before COVID was a thing. Just shows you how far the timeline I am on that. But, hopefully, though, we get it situated. As far as, I'm sticking with Masa Kitamiya winning Block A. He'll just go on a tear. Go's gonna lose to, I would say, Masa, and then maybe Kaito, so give him 2 losses. Masa's only win, man, it's tough. You know, maybe Manabu Soya have an upset, or even Machizuki, but I just, that's a tough one to call, but I'm gonna stick with Masa. As a whole, the N-1 victory for 2020 is the hardest to really pinpoint who's going to win it. I think, at least, even with just 12 guys. I feel like this is the shortest, you know, or not really this. Well, no, the Champion Carnival has 5 guys, and they had 10. They didn't have 12. But this is still a tough one to pick. I'll stick with Masa Kitamiya. As we go on the Block B, we have Keno, the current GHC National Champion, who is a 2-time Noah Round Robin Tournament winner. I just say Noah Round Robin Tournament winner because obviously it was the Global League and then it's now the N-1 victory. So just to make it fair, well, not really make it fair, just make it easier to say, we'll just call it the Noah Round Robin Tournament winner. Because Naomichi Marufuji, he's another 2-time Noah Round Robin Tournament winner. He did win last year's N-1 victory, but he won one when it was called the Global League, so that's why we call it that, because of the veteran leadership there. They've been a part of it, but when it was just called the Global League. It's Takashi Sugiura. It's his 10th appearance, last year's finalist, losing to Naomichi Marufuji in the finals, as Katsuhiko Nakajima, the former GHC National Champion, who lost it to Keno last month. Shuei Taniguchi, who is making his 10th Noah Round Robin Tournament appearance, and Yoshiki Inamura, the fucking young kid who is a house of fire with an awesome fucking mohawk, who's making a killing in Noah. He's making his first appearance in a round robin tournament, and he's getting thrown into the fucking wolves. What a block this is. You got 4 of the 6, because I think really Noah right now in 2020 has a power 6. You have Nakajima, Takashi Sugiura, Naomichi Marufuji, Keno, Kaito Kiyomiya, and Go Shizuki. That's, in my opinion, the power 6 of Noah. As just those 6 guys, that's a hell of a top 6. As guys that work well together, who work well teaming together. They're just perfect all around. And really how this goes, if you want to break it down, in my opinion, the story for this one is Katsuhiko Nakajima getting the win. He has not won a round-robin tournament of Noah before. He is primed to do it, as fucking the turning on Go, the axis is broken up, and it pains me that happened, because they were the best tag team in the world. That's the way it goes, though, as some tag teams are just not destined forever. At least it's not like American wrestling, where I feel like tag teams break up all the time. But that one, very shocking, nonetheless. But just Nakajima, the shots of him, like, kind of having that devilish smile, waiting in the smoke, looking at Go as his making his way down the entranceway with his championship. It just, that kind of looked like he's been playing this whole time. So that was just kind of a cool visual, but it just makes sense. I think he's going to He's definitely going to beat Keno to avenge that loss. If he's going to lose to somebody, it's either probably going to be Sugiura and Naomichi Marufuji. As far as how that's going to go, I think Marufuji's going to lose probably to Sugiura or Keno or Keno Nakajima, whichever way it goes. So that's the same thing with Sugiura. He'll probably lose. I think it would get upset by Shohei Taniguchi, because I think Taniguchi's going to only win twice against Sugiura in an upset, and then Yoshiki Inamura. Inamura's not going to win anything in this poor block as the young kid. He's going to get the shit knocked out of him for sure. I'm excited to see him and Sugiura, though. I think Sugiora's going to... That's a future match where, like, that's going to be fucking awesome. Like, maybe 2-3 years down the line, because, I mean, Takashi Sugiura, God bless him, that's another man who is up there in age, still battling it out with these kids, and that's, you know, at least with Noah, man, they might rely on the old stars, but they got a lot of young kids waiting in the wing. You know, Kaito Kiyomiya comes to mind. They brought up Keno from Michinoku Pro, and he's been a hell of a star for him. Yoshiki Inamura is a hell of a star. Fucking Nakajima's been wrestling since he was 15 years old. He's only 30-something, but he just feels like he's a old, wisely veteran. But no, he was a little child when we first saw him in the Power Office with Kensuke Sasaki. But that's just kind of the story. It seems like Nakajima, you get that Axis match. The former powers of Axis colliding. Sure, it might be too soon, but I just feel like you might as well strike the iron while it's hot with them breaking up. Have Nakajima win the round Brahma. He's never won one, so I feel like that's a great... I always love giving guys their first one, especially in this moment. Then have him beat Go. Go's had the belt since January. This is, you know, I love Nakajima. I think Nakajima's one of the best in the world. He's so fucking talented. And he's been talented for literally almost 2 decades. It's been 2 decades now. As, he's just fantastic. He's fantastic in every way, shape, or form. You could have the belt for, you know, when they have that match until at least mid-2021, even late 2021, and just have him have the belt for a year. You could have great matches. You know, you have, you know, hopefully they don't unify the belts, because I know that was something they were trying to do. They had Keno and Go, and you're just like, don't fucking unify those belts. The national champion should stay the national champion for a long, long time, and that they should be nothing of the sorts of unification. That should not be a thing at all. You know, him and Marufuji always have great matches. Even someone out of the blue, you know, like Masa Kitamiya could have a fun little match. Him and Machizuki would be fucking sick, but I don't think they'll ever do that for a title. Because those two, styles-wise, I mean, they had an awesome match at the N-1 victory last year. That was fucking sick. And they would have another sick-ass match there. As obviously, you know, Kaito too. There's just, you know, the usual suspect of challengers. What, you know, what's going to come of Takashi Sugiura and Noah is kind of going to be an interesting thing too. Because it sucks, because he was going to be in the Champion Carnival. Didn't get to be a part of the Champion Carnival. Which, you know, usually they have Noah guys in the Champion Carnival. Obviously, Naomichi Marufuji 2 years ago comes to mind when he won the whole thing. Which it felt like Sugiura was in a prime spot to do that this year. Until fucking COVID happened. So we might not, you know, Sugiura might be away for in All Japan next year for the Champion Carnival in 2021. So, you know, that might be a potential challenger when he comes back from that run. If that's still a thing in the works. I'm assuming it would be. I don't understand why it wouldn't. But, you know, with Nakajima, Masa Kitamiya, interesting clash of styles, but obviously Nakajima getting the win. If they go with Masa Kitamiya and just somehow cost Nakajima the finals, and that's the match they go forward with, it would be interesting for sure. I think it'd be very forgettable though at the same time. With this, it's a very memorable moment. You have an Access. That's a big time matchup in my opinion. That's the match to go with. But I'm very much looking forward to it. There's a lot of big time matchups happening. It's kind of weird. It's, you know, starting around the same time that the G1 is. It's literally the same day. But for them, also too, I didn't get to mention, just had to cut myself off there. This is going to be on Fight TV. This is the first time that Noah's really branched out this type of broadcasting deal. They're being with Fight TV. It sucks because their YouTube channel is something they could definitely use to showcase this N-1 victory, but you gotta make money. And that's the best way to do it. Get a streaming service together. They don't have their own, so might as well hook up with Fight TV. Streaming services, they're the way to go. Every fucking company has them. Big Japan, All Japan, Dragon Gate, New Japan. But Pro Wrestling Noah does not. And I guess, in DDT Universe, which really they're owned by Noah, so you think they should. It's a whole thing. But yeah, they're going to be on Fight TV. All the shows are, I believe. I hope it's not just the opener. I believe I read that right, that all the shows are going to be on Fight TV. So if you are interested in seeing Pro Wrestling Noah and you've never seen Pro Wrestling Noah before, you're just trying to get new into it, or you've only seen it like after it's been uploaded or something like that, and you want to watch it in real time, that is the way to go. Seems to be the way to go for watching your N-1 victory action, as there's going to be a lot of great matchups, that is for sure. I'm excited to see how it goes. Hoping for a Nakajima win. Fingers crossed. Him and Go fighting it off for the GHC heavyweight title. It's the only right thing to do, in my opinion. But thank you all for watching, as we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.